Welcome to Space Yogis and Merry Christmas. I hope you had a couple of lovely days, and this little flow is called Unstuff Your Turkey, and as vivid as it sounds, we're going to try and get our digestive system going a little bit. So after these days of eating a lot of food, we all might feel a bit sluggish, a bit full, so this 10 minutes flowing through, very gentle, some postures that will help us get everything going again. To start with, just lie on your back and just come to your mat. Just settle yourself down, connect with your breath, and just start to relax. Maybe start blocking out these last few days of hassle and not very much of quiet time probably. And just sink down into your mat. Feel all four corners of your body, your heels, the back of your hands sinking deeper, your shoulders. And once you find that you connect nice with your breath, maybe even engaging your ujjayi breath, or simply just focusing on the inhale and exhale. Then on your next inhale, draw your right knee close to your chest and just hug it close to you. And this is called the wind removing pose. And that's exactly what it's supposed to do. So it's activating the ascending and descending column in your entire digestive system. So try where you're keeping your left leg nice and long, and maybe a little bit active, maybe even pointing the foot or flexing the foot to draw that right knee closer into your right armpit. And don't try and pull it too much to the outside of your body, but really to your armpit, so you're still having that connection between your thigh and your belly button. It's okay, just doing that nicely, sinking your shoulders down evenly down into the mat and pulling that knee a little bit closer. And stay here for a few inhales and a few exhales, and really try and relax your upper body by drawing that knee in and massaging the right side of your belly. And on your next exhale, extend that right leg back out. And on the inhale, drawing the left knee into your chest, having it closed in. And again, try and draw it a little bit to the outside towards your left armpit, and that right leg is again somehow active. You don't have to crunch it together, don't have to use the muscles too much, but try and give some activeness to it, and then draw that left knee into your left torso, really drawing it nicely in and massaging the left side of your belly here. And then again, let the shoulders sink down and just relax your torso down. Try not to hold any tension in your neck or your chest, and just sink deeper. And then inhale here, and on the exhale, extend both legs out. And on your next inhale, just hug both knees close to your chest. It's nice to find that moment of just calm and stillness lying on your back, and at the same time you're doing something good. So rocking side to side, and then squeezing those knees in, massaging the entire digestive system. The end, finding that moment of stillness where you draw the knees in, relax the shoulders, and maybe even sinking your tailbone down to the mat. And on that exhale, squeezing the knees a little bit deeper. You may be really working with the breath here, so on the inhale, finding a little bit of space, and on the exhale, sinking deeper. And then start rocking forwards and backwards, side and side, until you come over a cross-legged seat, placing your hands onto the mat and just stepping back into a gentle downward dog here. Beautiful. And just have a little dance here. Maybe warming yourself up for New Year's Eve, just warming up your body. And then find your downward dog. Bend your knees slightly and really try and stick your tailbone up towards the sky, and then straighten the legs really softly, and only as much as you can. So if you have a slight bend in there, it's absolutely fine, as long as you feel it in your back of your legs and your hamstrings, and your tailbone is nice and high, pointing towards the ceiling. Maybe on your next exhale, you're bending the elbows out to the side and then drawing them in towards each other, the inside of the elbows facing each other, and then straighten the elbows back out to create some space between your shoulder blades and your ears. And then sinking that a little bit deeper. I'm helping Kate here to stretch a little bit deeper into her hamstrings, keeping the fingertips, the fingers nicely widespread so you really grab on the mat. On your next inhale, leading with your belly button, try and come forward into high plank, so bringing your shoulders over your wrist. Keeping your core nice and strong. Keeping the shoulder blades open, so push an imaginary hand in between your shoulder blades against the sky, and again keep the fingertips nice and active. Inhale here, and exhale, push the belly button back into your downward dog, using the belly here, warming up our spine. Inhale, come forward into your high plank, rippling forward through the spine, and exhale, pushing back, leading with the belly button that same way, just warming up really gently, we're not going to do much. Inhale, come forward into that high plank, and exhale, push back one more time. Nice. On your next inhale, lift your right fingertips off the mat, and try and grab your left outside of either your thigh or your calf or maybe even your ankle, and start gazing underneath your left armpit, but keeping the hips nice and square. Again, if you need to keep a micro bend in your knees, that's absolutely fine. Just again trying to get to stuff moving in our core and our belly, our digestive system warming up and firing up. Nice. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, ground yourself down through all four corners. And on your next inhale, placing the left hand onto the outside of your thigh or your calf, wherever you can come to, or even the ankle, and then twisting a little bit deeper, gazing underneath your right armpit. Nice. Keeping that nice length in your spine, so again, keeping the bend and keeping that tailbone tucking high to the ceiling, warming up through our core. Beautiful. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, ground yourself down. Inhale, come forward into your high plank. And then exhale, just release your knees down to the ground and sink back into your child's pose. And then just let your glutes sink down towards your heels, stretching the fingertips forward, and let everything settle down. Again, that nice gentle connection between your thighs and your belly will get that system going, and we'll just let everything naturally help to sink a little bit deeper. And we're creating that inner fire agony here to get our digestive system flowing. Beautiful. On your next inhale, come forward into four-legged stand, tabletop position. And the next one, a lot of people will be familiar with, is the typical cat-cow. But before we go there, really press into the tops of your feet so much that you can lift your knees off the mat. And then try and memorize the feeling on the tops of your feet, placing the knees back down, but keeping that feeling in the tops of the feet so you're taking some weight out of the knees. Press your palms into the ground, they're right underneath your shoulder blades. On your inhale, dropping your belly, coming to a nice rounded back, lifting the gaze, opening the chest wide. And on the exhale, start drawing that belly button in and up towards the ceiling, chin to chest and chest to tailbone. Inhale, dropping belly, lifting chest. Beautiful. Getting that middle part of our body going. Exhale, curving through the spine and really drawing the hips towards your chest. One more time. Inhale, come up. And exhale, round yourself. On your next inhale, come to, again, just neutral spine to neutral position. And then ground yourself back down. Again, press into the tops of your feet so you're not having so much weight on your knees. On your next inhale, sweep your right arm high. And on your exhale, thread the needle underneath your left armpit and place your right shoulder on the mat. And then just start sinking into this posture. If you feel like you can come much deeper, you can start extending the right leg out towards, your left leg out towards your left side. And bringing a little bit more weight onto that right shoulder, coming a little bit deeper onto that twist, maybe even extending the left arm out above your head. Nice. So this might look like a pretzel and you really twist it, but if you have access to this posture without feeling a lot of tension in your neck or your knees, then it's a really nice release in that lower part, in that core part of our body. Okay, it looks like she's enjoying it, sinking a little bit deeper. Letting really that right shoulder sinking down to the mat. And then with your next inhale, slowly unwind with as much gentle movement as you need, coming back to that neutral spine. And then taking one round of cat-cow just to neutralize the spine before you come to the opposite side. And again, squeezing everything in, moving that middle part of your body. Beautiful. And then coming back to that neutral spine, lifting the left arm high to the ceiling, stretching the fingertips out, and then threading the needle out on the opposite side. Again, you might very well stay here and already feel that nice twist in that torso. Or you might want to extend the right leg out, just parallel to your left arm. And then maybe bringing the right fingertips above your head, rolling a little bit deeper onto your left shoulder. Try not to move your neck in these postures too much, but just gently letting everything sink down a little bit deeper. Really beautiful. And if you inhale, you try and find a little bit more space, and then the exhale, come a little bit deeper into the twist. Nice. Inhale, slowly coming back to center, unwinding, and then grounding yourself back down, coming into another set of cat-cow. Very nice. But this is a very gentle stretch. You can do it in the evening or maybe to wake up. There's not a lot of dynamic movement here, but it really helps us just to warm up our digestive system, our organs, at the same time as we are gently stretching through some parts of our body. And then coming back to a neutral position. Push back into your downward dog. Nice. Clothing adjustment is absolutely fine. Excuse me. And then come rippling forward into your high plank one more time. And from here, vinyasa through either into your chaturanga or with your knees on the ground, whatever feels nice to you here. And then coming either into upward dog or like Kate into low cobra, bring the shoulder blades down, nice length in the back. And then exhale, tuck the toes under and push back into your child's pose. Stay in your child's pose for a moment. One inhale here to lengthen the spine. And one exhale to ground the tailbone down. Inhale, come forward into a high plank. And then exhale, bring the knees back down, but try and walk them a little bit forward so you're placing them behind your wrists or just above. And then try, there's a few options here to either sit in between your heels, so bringing the heels to the outside of your thighs, try and bring the knees together, or maybe you can just sit on your knees, on your heels with your glutes. Coming into a hero pose. So if you're sitting on your heels, bringing your fingertips behind your fingertips facing the glutes, and then lifting your chest high towards the ceiling, stretching the front part of our body. If you're like, hey, quite flexible, you can come down onto your elbows. Nice. But try and keep the knees on the mat. So this is really important that if you feel any pinching in your knees, immediately back out of the posture. If you want to come even deeper, you can even bring the shoulders all the way down, bringing your hands over your head, grabbing opposite elbows, and then try and push the chest high into a nice back bend, feeling a stretch and release in the entire front part of your body. And here try and draw your elbows down towards the mat, or just stay in your first posture where you were before, maybe even tucking the heels under, but try and lift the chest high so you stretch and releasing the front part of your body. Beautiful. And stay here, and every inhale again, you're opening up a little bit more. And then the exhale, you press the elbows down into the mat, opening the shoulders and chest a little bit more. Keep the knees on the mat. And again, feel if you're any pinching, back out. This is a really nice opening for the quads, but it can really quickly go to the knees, and we want to avoid that. And with as much control as you came in, try and come out of the posture. Bringing your hands back behind you, pushing yourself up evenly if you can. And then bring the knees together if they were apart, sitting onto your heels and just coming back to your child's pose. And again, lengthening here. And this time maybe you want to bring the hands by either side of your body and just letting the fingertips face towards your feet. And then feel a little bit of nice pressure onto your forehead. If that feels uncomfortable for you, try and get release from that word uncomfortable, just make it a feeling and just feel connected to your mat here, maybe drawing your awareness in, internally sinking deeper. And then slowly roll your spine up to come to a kneeling position. And from your kneeling position, come to a cross-legged seat. Facing either towards the camera, just towards wherever you're facing. And we're just going to come to warm our spine and warm our core one more time before we come to our savasana. Place your hands to cup your knees and then just sit nice and tall. On your inhale, bring your torso over to your left side, forwards, towards the middle. On your exhale, roll over your right side all the way back to center. Try and use your core here, so try and keep both glutes evenly on the mat. Inhale, this time over to your right side, over to the middle, using the entire entire inhale to come all the way to the center part. On the exhale, coming over the left side, back into the center. Again, using the core here rather than lifting the glutes up and down. One more time, inhale over to the left, over to the center line. And on the exhale, coming over your right, back into your center. Warming up the spine nicely. And on the inhale, over to your right this time. Into your center line. And back to neutral spine. Staying here for one lifting inhale and one grounding exhale. And from here, slowly make your way into your savasana, just extending your legs out, coming to lie onto your back. Palms facing the ceiling, your heels, feet outside of the feet, rolling open, just get a gentle release of the hips. And maybe now feel into your belly, into your tummy, maybe it feels a little bit of release, maybe it got some things moving, and then just try and relax yourself down. Stay in your savasana for as long as you like, and enjoy the rest of your holiday season. Namaste.